Okay, hello and welcome back to Just for Fun. Today we're going to play some Hexproof. And this is another Pauper deck we have. This is, semi-tier 1 deck. My version might be different from the best version, but this is just, what I've come up with. Lands are 19 basic lands. Not playing any tap lands because the big draw to this deck is coming out quickly. We have 26 1-drop spells, so we really, really don't want any. We want to cast something turn 1, period. That's it. So the game plan with this, based on the namesake, is cast a Hexproof guy and load it up with auras and go to town. Win before the opponent can stabilize, or just grow a creature so giant that they can't deal with it. You just crush them. So here's how it works. We have, as far as Hexproof guys, Bogle, Gladecover Scout, and Ledgewalker are our primary Hexproof creatures. We have other creatures which we can, put things on in a pinch, like, Pridemage, which is just a great all-around utility creature. I'm surprised. This card is like, you look at it and you're like, that was a common? That could have been a rare, or at least an uncommon. Very, very powerful card. 2 mana, 2/2 that attacks for 3 already, and then the utility ability of it is excellent. Exalted is really good in the set because you're really loading up on one dude who's going to attack for a ton. It's kind of the point of the deck. And what other creatures do we have? Aura Gnarlid is a big, just monster. We have plenty of enchantments in this deck to turn it on, and it counts opponents' enchantments too. A lot of times this is just a giant unblockable title cracking kind of creature that people aren't going to be able to deal with. So rounding out our creatures, I threw in some Elvish Mystics. So this could probably be something else. I haven't revised these decks in a long time, but I had those in there just to, maybe accelerate. In a pinch, you could suit it up with something, but this is mostly so you can have extra land. You only have 19 lands, so maybe this should be something else. Now that I'm really focusing on it, I think this is wrong. So we'll think about that after the matches and see how it performs, and maybe we can think of a better creature for that spot. Now, what are the payoff cards? Okay, well, we got Utopia Sprawl and Abundant Growth as enchantments that fix our mana or ramp us and draw a card, right? And what's the point of that? What's the payoff with that? It's this card here, Ethereal Armor. This is the card you always want to see. If you can cast this card, you're not going to lose because your guy is going to get just so humongous, and these stack really well too. Now, what else? We also have Rancor, which is just an all-around good attacking enchantment to get through damage, and Armadillo Cloak. So this is a ridiculously overpowered enchantment. Since it doesn't give a life length, it's whenever enchanted creature deals damage, it's a triggered ability. So if you have 2 on a guy, you gain twice as much life, as opposed to if it's just added life length, you would only gain it once, even with 2. And finally, Snake Umbra, which lets you draw cards if the creature gets through, and buffs it and gives totem armor. So all around, pretty linear, powerful deck. Edicts kind of crush you. So the sideboard, what I've got here is against Burn, we want to play Lifelink. Nature's Claim is there for affinity matchup. Spider Umbra is there against Delver. Prey Upon is there against any kind of creature deck. This works really well against Slivers, for example, or other decks where they want to build up a creature base. Colony Garden is there for the mono black matchup where they play a bunch of Geth's Verdict and Diabolic Edict. So you want to have a dummy to take the fall. And in a pinch, you could always suit up a plant token, and it feels very liberating to crush somebody that way. So it's just kind of like a basic version. I'm sure there's a much more tuned version of this deck, but this is what we're going to play with for now. So let's get in some matches and see how we do. The lucky thing about this is hopefully you can go under Delver. So let's see what we come up against.